Hi, I know it's weird to write in someone else's diary, but I felt that this needed a resolution of some kind. So here we go. I'm Fregley. I believe Greg has written about me in here before, so you probably know enough about me to get a good picture in your head. After everything went down, police came down to the megaplex to clean up everything, get things in order, investigate. They freed Rowley and his son and got them medical attention, and now they're doing relatively fine. As fine as they will be after enduring all of that. I spoke at Maddox's funeral. Nobody except for a few relatives came to his funeral. He doesn't seem to have a lot of loved ones or anybody really close to him. After the funeral, I blessed his coffin, and then we went out to the cemetery to bury him. Maddox did terrible things in the last days of his life, but it's not my place to judge where he goes. Only God can do that. As for Bryce, people started digging amongst this architect drama, and they found out through that and the testimony of a few other disgruntled employees of Bryce that what the architect said was true, that Bryce and his higher-ups did in fact screw over low-ranking employees. Of course, nobody except for a few fringe groups are worshipping the architect as some kind of hero or trying to protect that what he did was even remotely okay. But let's just say that Bryce's reputation has taken quite a hit.
Okay, some of what has been said might be possibly partially somewhat true, but it's mostly just a big exaggeration, okay? I didn't do all of that. It's just petty behavior.
Really? Plus, it just came out that Bryce isn't actually self-made and his parents were some of the richest people in Plainview. And he just used their inheritance to start the company. They just weren't as famous as Bryce, so it was easy to keep people from finding out. I guess that's out of the picture now, though. I've been taking it easy after Maddox's funeral. No new possessions or demonic attacks anywhere nearby, so that's nice. As for Greg, well, he's not dead, but that's not saying much. Greg is in a coma from his injuries. He has been in the hospital since last night. The doctors say that he's just barely alive. It's strange. However, when they showed the scans, his body was working, his brain was working. It was just like his consciousness was just not there, like it was somewhere else. Almost as if it was in a different world. When I visited Greg in the hospital this afternoon, his mother and father were there. His mother remarked how another child of hers has been victimized by senseless violence after doing nothing wrong. Keep in mind, she still believes that Manny is innocent.
He was only 32. He was gone too soon. My baby.
Okay. Greg's father seemed less convinced, but if that were true, he seemed to keep it to himself. I visited again in the evening, and when I did, I saw somebody that looked like Rowley Jefferson walk out of Greg's hospital room, although I'm not sure since I didn't get a good look at his face. When I went in the room, I saw a get soon card sitting at Greg's bedside that hadn't been there before. When you fall down, you get right cat up. I know Rowley put that, but I wonder if there's any symbolism behind. Out of curiosity, I decided to take a peek inside it, and in the card there was a message for Greg. Dear Greg, if I'm being honest with you, I don't know where we stand as for now. There is a lot of stuff I have yet to come to terms with, and the baggage between us that I don't think can ever be truly reconciled. But the fact still stands that if it wasn't for you, neither me nor someone I care very much about would be alive right now. I truly do wish you healing and the very best, and I hope that one day you can find fulfillment and maybe somebody of your very own to settle down with. Take care. Sincerely, an old friend. Yeah, that must have been Rowdy. After I was done reading the card, I said a quick prayer for Greg by his bedside before I noticed his diary and figured that it needed a proper conclusion. And now, here I am. I don't know what's going to happen next. I want to be optimistic, but things are looking grim for Greg. I'll pray for Greg every day. But in the end, it's up to God to decide what happens to him. As for Manny, I know he's still out there, somewhere. But something tells me we aren't going to be hearing from him in a long, long time. Well, that's it from me. So I guess this is the end.
To be continued in Diary of Wimpy Kid Between Modes.
Yeah, I can't lie. That's probably like that's probably the best fanfic story wise that I've read so far. Like it generally felt like when you're reading it, just feels like a proper book. Like it's just like it may not look like as like interesting compared to all the other ones I read, but this one's is a sleeper that people are sleeping on. I can't lie. It's very, very good. But yeah. Well, I might go back to read Evil Never Dies because I realized that I didn't even read that. I just started with Evil Returns because I didn't even know that was there. But yeah, can't lie. This is a 10 out of 10 fanfic right there. Everything's just perfect in my opinion.